We are in the kitchen and I was getting ready to declutter one of the closets. It's actually the utility closet there. I want it to be more functional. And I thought I would take you along this week to declutter some things. Let's see what I can organize and declutter and get rid of in the house. The first thing is I pulled out stuff that doesn't actually belong in that closet. This is random. I think it's a size. I bought the wrong size when I had it needed to. This actually works really well if you need something coming up for winter to insulate windows. This is my husband's. So it actually goes in his fishing stuff. This we actually don't use to iron clothes. We use this for projects. So that can go downstairs. This we bought, we used it again because we don't use it all that time. This, I have 2 of these. The kids had a picnic yesterday and I have 2 of these. So I think I'm gonna get rid of one of each of these and keep the other one for when we actually use them, but I guess I don't need 2 right now. So let's see what else I can. What I'm finding a lot also as I declutter is that I have stuff in the wrong places. I have stuff in the wrong places. Like in the kitchen, I just showed you a few items that doesn't even belong in the kitchen, but they get packed in this closet, and then the closet overfills, and I feel like there's too much stuff, which granted, there is too much stuff, but a lot of it doesn't belong there. Like this is the dog, it's a dog collar that we use to train our dog. I'm gonna take it out of the kitchen because we don't use it on a regular basis, and I'm gonna put it in her bag with all of her leashes and stuff because that makes more sense. And I have almost cleared a whole shelf in this closet because stuff was simply not where it should be. Okay, I'm now into like a zone of decluttering. So I'm going to put it away, and then I look in the dog bag, and here's something. This was supposed to help us wash the dog. It never works very well, and instead of continuously shoving stuff in here, I'm just gonna get rid of this. It's not worked very well. The hose just works just as well. And also there's a few leashes that we've gotten. I will put in the donation box, and I might drop them off either at our vet or the animal shelter because she's a dog, she's a German Shepherd. She needs a good sturdy leash, and these ones are just leashes I got actually from the vet when I forgot to bring our leash. I'm in the boys' room today, and I decided I'm gonna do one of the easiest things to do when you go to declutter your house is to just decide to take 2 or 3 things out of every single room in your house. A couple things out of the kitchen, a couple things out of the bathroom, a couple things out of the bedrooms, a couple things out of the living room, and you'll probably have a box full of stuff to take to donation or to just throw out. My son does not because of these buttons. He doesn't like to roll them up, and then it's kind of clumpy underneath there with that little string that helps. Anyway, he doesn't like it preferably, so I'm gonna go ahead and, you know what, this is 3T. I'm gonna actually move it down to the basement with the boys' clothes because it is still in good condition since he has not worn it that much for when Connor gets bigger. But if it was stained or something, I sometimes keep stained clothes in their closet because they're great for working outside or playing outside. But this one's in great condition, so I'm gonna keep it. If it was stained, I would just throw it away. Moving on to the girls' room. I'm gonna go through their clothes also for things that I know that they have not worn recently. Girls, my girls are typical like girls. We buy a bunch of stuff because it's cute, and girls need different, dresses and then play clothes, and so the girls I'm always decluttering. I'm gonna take out things that I haven't seen them wear, and then I'm gonna double check with them to ask why they haven't worn them, because sometimes they just tell me, oh, it's itchy, Mom. I don't like it because it itches, or sometimes they just don't wear it because they prefer the other shirts in their closet. So I'm gonna go through the girls', grab a few things, and then I'm gonna double check with them. Okay, I'm going to take care of this one. This shirt I am going to actually throw out because I know that she wore this a ton this summer fishing. She wore this a ton fishing. It doesn't smell like fish, as it shouldn't, but I know that she kind of wore it out, so I'm not going to donate that. I'm just going to trash that. This is her size, but it's a shirt that she doesn't really wear, so I'm going to have to ask her about that. Taking this out of my other daughter's. It just doesn't look like it's her size, so maybe that's why she hasn't worn it, because it's a little too small. I'm not sure why. Here's another shirt that's the same size, and I think she's kind of like in between sizes, so I think she just prefers her newer shirts. The thing with my younger daughter, she ends up getting her older sister's clothes, and then we buy her a few new things, so I feel like she has new stuff too, but it always accumulates too much. Always. So apparently I need to stop doing that. And for clothes, I haven't simplified to the point where I only let them have, 3 t-shirts and 2 long sleeves and 2 sweatshirts. Haven't simplified that. Just if they're wearing it, I'm totally fine with it if they're going through their clothes. But I can look through this closet and I know what they haven't worn and what they have worn. Some of it is newer stuff, so I'm not gonna declutter yet, but I'm gonna make another round, in a couple weeks and do the same thing as to why they're not wearing those clothes. But I'm going to give it a little bit more time because some of those were just fall things, and we've had warm weather and cold weather, so maybe that's why they haven't been wearing their newer long sleeve stuff. So here's like a summer dress. I'm going to go ahead and take that out. She would still wear it around the house if I let her, but I'm going to declutter it and put it downstairs. I actually don't mind buying the girls a bunch of... Okay, I'm opening their drawers and I'm gonna take out... When I switched over fall and winter stuff, I did leave a couple of pairs of shorts and stuff because we're having some warm days too, but we're almost to Thanksgiving, so it's kind of over with the warm days. So I'm gonna go ahead and declutter those. Put them downstairs, or if they're stained or really worn out, I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of them. She has a bunch of shirts. I also always look through their PJs for the sizes to see if I need to buy them new PJs. PJs I don't like to declutter until I've bought more to replace whatever it is I'm taking out of rotation. That way I know that they have, pajamas to wear. Clothes, I know they have plenty of options, but pajamas, I like to get new ones before I get rid of the old ones. This is size too small. And so I only keep the really nice stuff, and I either donate or get rid of the stuff when she outgrows it, because it would be such a big gap between if we had a new baby and her. So I only keep a small section of girl stuff after both girls rotate the clothes, just because it will continue to accumulate in the basement, and I don't want that either. So here's some new pants. So she has, look at all these jeans. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. She has 7 jeans, and honestly, she's more of a dress girl. So I'm gonna ask her to go through these with me later, because I'm sure there will be a pair that's too small for her or too tight that she doesn't like. So I'm gonna ask her before I declutter these, but I am gonna declutter these today. And then I just bought her new socks and underwear, so I'm gonna quickly go through those and see what I can throw out too. Okay, I made it to the library, and I'm gonna donate these 2 earthing books because I actually have 2 of them when we bought our spook mats. It's like an acupressure type mat that you lay on or stand on. These came with it, but since we did 2 orders, we got 2 of the same book, so I'm gonna go ahead and go ahead and donate these. Okay, we made it to the bathroom. I know that I'm going to declutter the girls' hair pretties and some like kids' jewelry because it was up in a big mess, and again, I know that they don't wear a bunch of it, including myself. Some of it's my old stuff and I gave to them and they don't wear it, so it's time to get rid of it. And I have decluttered a few times already, so everything fits in this basket. We have one basket in here and we have one basket in our other bathroom. That stuff in the other bathroom is mainly mine because I get ready in the other bathroom. But like this, it's great, but it slides around in my hair and the girls' hair and I never see them wear it. The same with some of these. See what I mean? It's just a mess. So I have to untangle this. And then some of this is just necklaces that the kids have beads and they made necklaces. But I found that a lot of times it's just the fact of making it that they enjoy, not so much actually wearing it. So I'm gonna see what I can get rid of too. Now things like this I don't actually like to throw away without their permission, but I do always explain to them why we're getting rid of something, and a lot of times they're totally okay with it, even though sometimes I don't think they would be. And then sometimes I just make the executive decision when I can't, like, you know, this is all tangled up. If I have to sit here more than like 3 minutes, I'm just gonna throw it out. I'm gonna have to mess with that in a minute. These are really good. The company, the small business company, I don't know if they make these anymore, but this was great when I was running and stuff. They're velvet on the back. It really keeps your hair pulled out of your face. I think it was called Brady Bands actually. And I have quite a few of them. This one actually is all stretched out, but I do know how to sew and I have some. I might fix that. We'll see. I'm in the big bathroom now and I'm going through the drawers in our vanity. I am getting rid of 2 more samples. I found some stuff that doesn't belong in here. Okay, this was another little sample, and actually there's Q-tips and cotton balls. So I'm gonna put this in my Q-tip bar, put that in there, put it back in the drawer, and get rid of this trash. This is a ponytail that's just about done for, so I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of that too. Brushes, I think I'm gonna declutter a couple of these brushes too. Apparently the girls use this one, so I guess I'll keep this one. Pick up any Q-tips that are roaming around on the drawer. Organize it a little bit so that the drawer can close a little better. Put everything back. And I'm done. This is our craft closet. Right now, those are actually Christmas presents, so I'm not doing anything with those right now. But it's really, I just need to throw a couple of things away that the kids have scattered on the floor. If stuff like that doesn't get picked up after I asked yesterday for them to pick it up, it's mommy's and it gets tossed out. So there's some trash papers here, trash papers there. So I might not actually declutter anything in here. It might just be taking trash to the trash can. And that's okay too, because it's visual. It's visual clutter. Okay, just got done with my room. I took out some swaddle blankets to put back downstairs to keep, and a couple that were kind of worn out, so I'm gonna throw those away. I cluttered a pair of my pajama pants that I don't really wear anymore because they're worn out. So I finally tossed them in the trash. I have the kitchen I did yesterday and I showed you, so I'm not gonna do the kitchen again. The living room, I see a pair of baby shoes that I've had out for the last couple of months, and now little man's feet are actually too chubby now that he's walking, so I'm just gonna go ahead and put those back downstairs. So I know I originally said that we were gonna declutter for the week and I was gonna take you along with me, but really with doing that method of just pulling 2, 3, 5 items from every room in the house, you quickly fill up a box to be able to donate. And that makes it feel really good and keeps the motivation up to get rid of more stuff. And it also keeps down the overwhelm of taking big projects on. Like if I were to go take all of my clothes out and go through every single one right now, it would take me most of the day and I would be overwhelmed. Am I making the right decision? Am I not? Am I making the right decision? Do I really love this? Or maybe I get rid of things that I love and I keep things that I don't. So this kind of breaks that down a little bit. That's what I found that helps me. I hope it helps you. Another thing that I'm finding that helps is getting rid of stuff that doesn't serve its full purpose, or making room for something better. For instance, the cookie jar. This cookie jar. Now, we are a family of 7, 6 that eats treats, but even then, we don't fill this thing up, but it's really big and bulky. So I'm gonna declutter this so I can buy a new one that fits my space in my pantry better, or less space on the counter if I have a treat in it. And another thing I also did this week is I bought new cooking oil jars. Now, the one I have loved. It's Rachel Ray. Well, let me just show you. Okay, so this is my oil jar, but I cook with more than one oil now. I didn't used to. I have olive oil and avocado oil, and I buy the big jars at Costco, so I'm not gonna keep big, huge things on my counter. It takes up a lot of space. But this one, look at this. This takes up just as much space as these two. I just ordered these from Target, and then I used our label maker and labeled them avocado and olive, so me and my husband know which is which. But it takes up just as much space as this one does. So although I love it, I'm gonna declutter it. I found something else I love that I enjoy. I've used them a couple days just to make sure they worked well for me before I declutter. Sometimes decluttering is just to simplify the space and make your space more functional for you. So that's my oil story. Not everything works for everybody. You'll find tips from different places and different people, but until you start decluttering and see what works for you, because that system, replacing things that you love with something that's more functional, might not be for everybody. If you're really attached to that oil jar, you would just find a way, or you would only use one oil instead of buying a second oil maybe. But it's what works for us, and that's the great thing about whatever works for you and it simplifies your house. I do hope you try the tip of just taking 2 to 3 things from each room and filling up a basket, and then on my errand day, whatever day that is, I'll take that box with me and run by one of the donation centers. Super easy. So if you liked this video, I have another video on items I decluttered that annoyed me. That might be of interest to you, and I'll do another one of these decluttering series here soon. I hope you have a great day whenever you're watching this, and I'll see you soon.